big cabinet reshuffle just a day after Rishi Sunak took over as the British Prime Minister. Tasked with taming an economic crisis that has left the country in a precarious state and millions struggling to pay their food and energy bills, Sunak immediately set about appointing a cabinet, including choosing Dominic Raab as his Deputy Prime Minister. Sunak removed more than a dozen members from the Trust government, but kept several senior figures in place besides Jeremy Hunt, including Foreign Secretary James Cleverly and Defence Secretary Ben Wallace. Now, Home Secretary Suella Braverman has been appointed, who resigned just last week in a move that helped trigger Truss's downfall. He's got her back into the job now. Sunak has also brought back faces from the era of Truss's predecessor, Boris Johnson, including Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab and Cabinet veteran Michael Gove. As we see, Rishi Sunak has multiple challenges, and what he faces first is to stabilize the dwindling economy in the United Kingdom. It's hard as it is, as Truss herself, Liz Truss, had to resign in barely 45 days as she could not deliver on the promises that she made. The tax cuts that she promised was certainly not viable, and clearly her promises fell flat. And she soon resigned in barely 45 days, making her the shortest-serving Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Quickly, Rishi Sunak, having overwhelming support of nearly 147 MPs, was anointed or crowned, if we may say, as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I'm going to take you through on Rishi Sunak's new cabinet. Of course, there's a huge revamp. Many of them have resigned, and many new inductees. Let me show you on who's retained so far. Jeremy Hunt remains the Chancellor. In fact, on the other hand, apart from that, James Cleverly right now is the Foreign Secretary. This is under Rishi Sunak's governance. And Ben Wallace will be the Defence Secretary, as per latest reports. And then, of course, Suella Braverman, who had quit and resigned while she was with Liz Truss, now has come back as Home Secretary under Rishi Sunak's cabinet. And then you have Penny Mordaunt, who's the Commons leader. Again, Penny Mordaunt was also a strong contender to Rishi Sunak. Also, Kemi Badenoch, who's the International Trade Secretary under Rishi Sunak's cabinet. Now, let me take you through on who's new in Rishi Sunak's cabinet. As we see, Dominic Raab, Deputy Prime Minister and Justice Secretary, has been brought in. And then we have Grant Shapps, who's the Business and Energy Secretary, brought in under Rishi Sunak's cabinet. And then Steve BARCLAY, who's the Health Secretary under his cabinet. Now, we also see that THERESE COFFEY has been appointed as the Environment Secretary. Nadeem Zahawi, who's now the party chairman. Now, this is Rishi Sunak's new cabinet as he takes on as the first ever man of colour to be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Indeed historic. Let's see how he really shapes the government and, his governance